What's going on, everybody? This is Joe, and I am back for another Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms pre-release pack opening. If you missed it, this is the Monday following the pre-release itself for Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, and we put out a video this past Friday of us opening 4 different kits. It is 4 of the kits that are back here on our little set. And so if you missed that, I encourage you to watch it or go check it out. In fact, it should be up there at the top for you. We also filmed another quick little promotional video at the pre-release itself from our sponsor store. I cannot tell you how amazing of a weekend we had. I opened like crazy because I played in 3 events myself. After getting the 4 kits at the Friday event, I got to play 2 events on Saturday, 1 event on Sunday, and I had an absolute blast. So let's get into this particular opening. How did you do at your pre-release? If you got a chance to go, please let us know in the comments down below. And hey, don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. If you are watching this the day it comes out, while I struggle opening this, we are streaming MTG Arena tonight, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, as we do every Monday. And then on Fridays, by the way, we stream video games from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. So definitely stay tuned for all of those lovely things. So if you did miss that last video, just so you are aware, first of all, here is the D20 in the pre-release pack. Very nice. It is a real D20 because you have to roll D20s. We also have a Xanathar's Guide to Dungeons, like Xanathar's Guide to Everything, which is a D&D book, source book. So that is fun. And then on the other side, it tells you how to build a pre-release deck in case you have never been to a pre-release before. So be aware of that. Let's move these things out of the way. We have the packs, which we will move over to here. And we have the dungeons, which I love that they give you the 3 foil dungeons, the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, the Lost Mine of Phandelver, and the Tomb of Annihilation. And then even better than that is that in the Lost Mine of Phandelver, this ability up here allows you to create a goblin creature token. But you're still going to then be moving through this mine. So this can't be the goblin token. It's on the back of the Dungeon of the Mad Mage instead, also in foil, as you can see. And in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, right here, you can make 2 1/1 black skeleton creature tokens, but you're still going to be moving through the dungeon, and so in the Lost Mine of Phandelver, there's your skeleton. But the Tomb of Annihilation is different, because at the end, when you have completed the dungeon, you get a token. And so on the back of the tomb, after you complete it, there's your token. Really cool. I love that they did that. It makes perfect sense, and it works out very nicely. And you get foil dungeons, which is great. Hey, there's a code for MTG Arena. We'll be giving that away at some point in the video, so definitely stay tuned for that. And let's open it up so that we can see what our promo foil rare is. And it is... Sorry, let's put the code away first. There we go. And it is... Wish. I'm sure you saw it a couple times there. I was not really trying to hide it that well. But hey, it's Wish. I do not think this is a great card for Limited. Although somebody did point out, this is red. Red wants to make treasures. And so if you have treasures on the field, you can use Wish to basically get an off-color rare or mythic that you may have opened that you did not get a chance to play, and you will know what treasures you have. So that may be a way that you can utilize this card, is if you have a lot of treasure production, and say you opened like a black mythic or something, but you're in red-blue, for example. That's probably a bad example, because red-black is the treasure-making combo, but still. So let's flip it around. Let's say you opened a good blue mythic, but you are playing red-black. Well, if you have 2 treasures and you have Mordenkainen in your sideboard, wish for Mordenkainen, and then you get a Planeswalker. So something like that would be where this could work, but you'd have to check your pool. So if you're unaware of how I do things around here, I am going to try and see what kind of a deck I could make out of this. So first of all, if you care, this insert also comes in the pre-release pack. You can use this to separate your deck and your sideboard, things like that, if you're going to use the kit to store all of your stuff. But yeah, we have these packs. They all have Driz Duarden and Gwenevin on them. I believe I'm pronouncing her name incorrectly, so I apologize on that. We start with a Great Axe, a Shortcut Seeker, Armory Veteran, Hired Hexblade, Sylvan Shepherd, a Dawnbringer Cleric, a Secret Door. As you can see, that Genie really wanted to be seen in her alternate art. Pretty cool looking. Grim Bounty, good removal spell. Dire Wolf Prowler. Tiger Tribe Hunter is our first uncommon. Divine Smite is our second. And Reaper's Talisman is the third. Very awesome art on this card. I love it a lot. And so our first non-promo, rare or mythic, is an Orb of Dragonkind. This is probably bad, because you're not really going to be opening a ton of dragons specifically. I mean, maybe you get lucky, but still, I doubt that this one gets in, although it is our second red rare, notably. But both of them are kind of underwhelming. We may have a foil back here as well, I think. We do not. Sorry, it is a Plains. I hyped myself up and I was wrong. Love the flavor text, which is a description of the Plains art, as if you, in a party of Dungeons & Dragons players, were to walk upon this and your DM is describing it to you. So really, really cool that they did that. And a Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which has the Goblin token on the back. So very nice. Okay, we'll move on to the next. So yeah, sometimes I need help deck building. So if you have ideas on what deck you would play if you had opened this at a pre-release, let me know in the comments down below. We have a Steadfast Paladin, a Yuan Ti Fangblade, a Compelled Duel, a Half-Elf Monk. Look at that poor Knoll, man. His face. A Soul Knife Spy, it's a good one. Improvised Weaponry, a Vampire Spawn. You can see we have one of those, looks like Evolving Wilds, I guess? Yeah! We got Dungeon Module C7 Evolving Wilds. Very, very cool. It is the alternate art to look like the old dungeon modules from Dungeons & Dragons, and they do that on some of the lands. And so here is the Evolving Wilds alt art version, which is pretty sweet. I'm glad that I have that. Then we have a Priest of Ancient Lore, which is a very cool card. Hunter's Mark is our first uncommon, and a nice one. Warlock class. The classes are fun. I mean, some of them are not perfect for sealed or draft, but they're fun in general, so I like that. And we have a Magic Missile. Very cool card. And then our next rare or mythic is... Yeah, there it is. Wow, we got a lot of red, huh? This is our third red rare or mythic, and it is Zariel, Archduke of Avernus. I did personally open one of these in one of my kits during the weekend, so this is my second of this particular Planeswalker, but that is really sweet. We got a Planeswalker. Out of our 4 kits that we opened on Friday, we didn't get any, so this is nice to see. Behind it, we have a... Now we have a foil. See, I didn't fool myself this time. But this is sweet. Let's see how cool this pack is. It is a foil common, but it's still a fun card, in Zombie Ogre, which is, in fact, a Zombie Ogre. Also, again, one of the random creatures in this set that likes to have 5 toughness, because there are a number of them. This is one of them. So here's the Zombie Ogre in foil, very nice. We have a Swamp behind that, appropriately, and a Lost Mine of Phandelver with the skeleton on the back. Okay. We have another pack here. I always, again, I'm going to mess this up a lot. I always like to say what's on the pack, but they're all drizzed, so never mind, I guess. Here is a Plummet. I know Amy loves this art. I will show this to her later. Oh, actually, I don't need to show it to her. She's seen it plenty. But still, there's Eyes of the Beholder. I love this art, so I'm going to show it to myself right now because it's awesome. I love it. Look at how angry that Beholder is. So mad. And it's a great card, too. Planar Ally is also great. I enjoyed this one. Bar the Gate did some work for me this weekend. We have a Brazen Dwarf. Fate's Reversal. Circle of the Moon Druid. Come on. A Gloom Stalker. Rhyme Shield Frost Giant. This card put in a lot of work. In sealed, of course, but still, nice one. Grim Bounty again. That's a second Grim Bounty, something to be aware of. We have a lot of red, but this is some premium removal. Lurking Roper is a fine card if you're in the life gain deck. If you're not, this is a blocker. But this is our first uncommon. We have Faraday, Devil's Chosen, so something to keep track of that we have one of those because we have so much red in our rare slot. Cridle of Baldur's Gate, another one of our uncommon legendary dual-colored things. And our next rare or mythic is a teleportation circle. The art on this is incredible. And in foil, I'm sure this is even better. I would be very interested to see that. If you have enough enter the battlefield effects, this is very, very good. An opponent got me with this pretty well this weekend. But if not, it's probably quite bad to include. So there you go. Behind that, just a forest and an ad card. Speaking of cards that like have that type of aesthetic, right? We have MTG Arena. This is a code for Arena, by the way. If you play Arena, you should be aware, but if you are not, that you can use this code to get packs on Arena of D&D Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, but please be aware that you can only use one code per account on MTG Arena from a Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms pre-release pack. It's so long-winded to say it. And so if you've already used one, this one will not work for you, but if you have not, here it is for you. Thank you so much for watching our stuff. We really do appreciate it. This is our small way of being able to say thank you. We don't do giveaways. We don't have the money to spend on those kinds of things. So thank you so much for watching. We hope you're enjoying, and we would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. And also, if you get this code, let us know, and let us know if you got cool stuff in the comments down below. We would love to hear from you. Obviously, we have 3 more packs to go. We are only halfway through. And we have already opened 3 red rares and a white rare. Or sorry, 3 red rares and mythics and a white rare. So we have a Goblin Javelineer to start, a Spare Dagger, Hoarding Ogre, Feign Death, Inspiring Bard, Planar Ally again, Clever Conjurer. This card is great. It's a mana dork. It helps you out against Charmed Sleep or other tap-based effects, because you can just untap your creature whenever you want with this. Well, not whenever you want, sorcery speed, but still. On your turn, if you want to attack with your creature, you can use this and untap it. Really, really good. You have a Dragon's Fire, also a great card that will definitely get in if we're playing red. Manticore, Knoll Hunter, Magic Missile again, that's a second Magic Missile, an Aberrant Mind Sorcerer, and a Dragon's Disciple. I love the art on this card. It looks so cool. Really, really cool. And so our next rare or mythic is a Lair of the Hydra. This is one of the man lands. If we are not playing green, this is probably quite bad to have opened. But if we are even splashing green, no, that doesn't make sense. For this land in particular, no. If we end up splashing it for some other reason, maybe. But this is the Lair of the Hydra. Behind it, we have a mountain with the Spine of the World and the Tomb of Annihilation with the Atropole on the back, which is all 3 of the dungeons have now been opened in these packs as well as tokens. 2 more packs to go. We start with a Spiked Pit Trap. I have played this card. I don't hate it. It's not amazing, but I don't hate it. We have a Ranger's Longbow. This art is sick. I don't know how I feel about the card itself. I don't love it, is what I'm trying to get at. You're Ambushed on the Road. Love these narrative-based cards, or card names. Contact Other Plane. This one's fun. Card draw is always good. Dueling Rapier. This art, I wish the card was as good as the art. I'll say that. Or felt as good as the art feels. We have a Horde Robber. Bull's Strength. Dire Wolf Prowler. Charmed Sleep. There it is. I was just talking about this card. This card's great. Solid removal, but yeah, if you have that the guy with Mage Hand, the 2/3, yeah, this does work for you because they have to keep using it to untap their creature again, but still pretty good. We have a Manticore alt art, so it's got like the purple but the black background. Really, I like this alt art quite a bit. I mean, the Manticore art is pretty impressive, but this is a good alt art as well. Nicely done. We have an Aberrant Mind Sorcerer again, as our first uncommon, another Dragon's Disciple as well, and a Skullport Merchant. This one is great in the, if you need to do sacrificey type things. Very, very good card. And so our next rare or mythic is Gravelax, Illithid Scholar. So it depends on the deck that you have. I used this in one of my decks, and it didn't work out as well as I would have liked it to. I guess you're obviously supposed to put it in blue-black so that you can make your creatures unblockable, or, you know, just have them have, like, different kinds of evasion so that they can't be blocked in general. And then you get in, draw cards, and if they do something where they, like, flash something in that could block it or something like that, you can just bounce it back to your hand, and then if it has an enter the battlefield effect or something like that. So I don't think I used it in the right deck, because this card has a lot of potential. I just don't think I met its potential when I used it this weekend. So, but it's a good card. So behind it, we have just an island and a Dungeon of the Mad Mage, again with the goblin on the back. One pack to go. Nothing like, well, sorry, we have Zariel. Yeah. But our other rares are kind of lackluster, to say the least. Besides the Planeswalker, and even then, like, she's fine, but you kind of need some stuff to back her up. We have Boots of Speed. Let's see if we get that, and if we get something else in this pack. We have a Great Axe, Scion of Stygia, Dragon's Fire again, very nice. Our red is great. Feign Death, Inspiring Bard, Dwarf Hold Champion, and Arborea Pegasus. This is a good one. Pixie Guide. This is a fine card as well. If you're doing die rolling, it's a 1/3 flyer, so it's good defensively, and it lets you roll 2 dice or a second die, which is great. Another Skullport Merchant. That's something else to keep track of. That's our second of those, and it's our first uncommon in this pack. You Meet in a Tavern. Another narrative card with 2 options there for you. And a Guild Thief. Huh, interesting. Okay, I mean, that's tough. I think we're obviously playing red. I guess we'll see what this last rare or mythic is. I think we're obviously playing red. I'm just not really sure what our second color is. Is it supposed to be black? Is it supposed to be blue? Is it supposed to be a little bit of both? Because we have the Krydle and the Faraday, the 2 legendary gold cards. Very odd decisions to make here. And so I said our last rare or mythic is a Zalto Fire Giant Duke, even though it's red, even though it's alt art, which looks pretty cool. Actually, I already have one of these alt arts in rare as well. I do not like this card. I just think it's super bad. It's like, hey, let's pay 5 mana to venture into the dungeon for not a great effect and maybe get in for like 3 or 4 damage. I'm not very high on this card. I feel like it's just going to get blocked and killed, and you paid 5 mana with Trample to venture into the dungeon, and it doesn't have haste, so they have a turn to figure out how to deal with it. So yeah, I don't like this card. I think we have a foil. We do. It's red. It is a Plundering Barbarian. Okay, it's a common, but still, it's actually the only, I think, Plundering Barbarian we opened today is in foil. I mean, I would play this card. It's a way to destroy artifacts, and some of them are very annoying. And otherwise, it makes you a treasure, and that can ramp you up to our higher casting costed things. I mean, our red, at least in our rare slot, is pretty low costed. I really don't know. I feel like I'd try red-blue first and see where we go from there. But let me know in the comments what you think as well. We have a swamp and we have a treasure token. So yeah, like I said, I think I'd go red-blue. We have the Faraday. We have some sweet red cards and some interesting blue cards, I will say. So, yeah, I think with those things combined, I would probably try that particular deck myself. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What kind of a deck would you make out of this kit? Would you play the red? I mean, maybe I'm blinded by how good I thought the red was. I thought double Magic Missile, double Dragon's Fire, like, that's some pretty good removal. So, but would you combine it with black? We have 2 of the bounty card as well that are just destroy a creature, make a treasure. So maybe we just go that route and forego both of our gold legendary creatures. But we have a Planeswalker as well. It was really nice to open that. So thank you all so very much for watching. I really do hope everybody enjoyed. As I said, hey, don't forget to check out our other channels also down in the description box below. But don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, and come back here next week where we're going to have another one of these. If you missed out on the code, spoilers, there will be another code next week. Don't you worry. So thank you all once again. And for for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe, and as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.